am Lillian McMorris, and welcome to the Lillian McMorris Show. We're very, very happy to be here in our community and able to speak to people that are making a difference in our community. We're going to throw in a few authors and entertainers, but we want to make sure that we highlight nonprofit organizations and events and programs to share the information with people right here in the Southern Nevada community. And at this time, we'd like to talk about the Shade Tree. Now, the Shade Tree is a shelter for women. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but I would like to introduce Mr. DeAndre Esteen. Am I correct? Yes. DeAndre Esteen. Let's talk about Shade Tree, because I was part of the group when we first built it on that corner. So you have come from there to, animal shelter, everything now.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that growth.
Well, we're celebrating 25 years here in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we began in 1989 as Jubilee Ministries, we weren't serving nearly as many families as we are today.
Mm-hmm.
And so for those who remember, we were on the corner with Catholic Charities.
Catholic Charities.
As a matter of fact,
Yes.
sharing that space. Well, both of our numbers continued to grow and the need was there. Mm-hmm. So we moved into our current facility at 1 West Owens on the southwest corner in November of 2000.
And it was just the one building at that time.
Yeah, and so we've been keeping women and children safe ever since. Then October of 2007, we added Noah's Animals House right on campus, which is the sanctuary for the pets. Mm-hmm. So what we're able to do is to break the cycle of violence in our community and other communities by making sure that the women are safe, the children are safe, and the pets, and that the families have a safe place to come and make sure that every member of the family is safe and secure.
Now, let's talk about the programs,
Mm-hmm.
because, yes, we've got women and children who come through the program, come to Shade Tree, but it's not for you to just come and lackadaisically do nothing.
Absolutely.
It is for you to learn your growth, and each one of those, correct me if I'm wrong, are assigned to a counselor,
Mm-hmm.
and they help them with job searches, with getting on their feet.
Yes. You know, our philosophy is it could be so easy for us to say, all right, here's a bed,
Mm-hmm.
here's breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
Right.
and then, without any guidance. But we're not doing the families any justice in helping them on the road to self-sufficiency and independence and helping them rebuild their lives. Mm-hmm. And so what we've identified are the different barriers that they're facing.
Okay.
And, it's education.
Correct.
And so it's employment.
Mm-hmm.
It's medical. And so everything that we do.
You just hit one other thing, and I'm sure you've spoken about it, self-esteem. Believing in ourselves.
Absolutely.
Because once you get down in that deep, dark hole, your belief in yourself and everybody else around you, it's gone.
Mm-hmm. And those are all barriers that our women and children who come to us face every single day. So what do? Well, we have case management to help them along the way with the case plans. Mm-hmm. We have a medical clinic on site, which we're the only shelter in the state of Nevada that has that free on-site medical care. Mm-hmm. We have a workforce development program, which teaches the ladies how to get back in the workforce, providing them with job leads and also clothing
That's right.
and bus passes to go job search. A children's activity center. Where the kids can stay connected to their childhood. Mm-hmm. And I can't forget Noah's Animals House I mentioned earlier.
Please don't.
I'm going to keep saying it. We're the only shelter.
No, you're the only one that they can bring. But my little puppy or my kitten or what have you, you don't have a place to go. You're being beat up all the time. Mm-hmm. So let's go find some safety, but we can't bring our animal.
Exactly.
But in this case, the family, the mother, the children, your little kitten, your hamster, they can bring it.
Exactly. And life skills. Yes. We have 50 to 70 different topics of life skills education taught a month between volunteers and staff at the Shade Tree. Everything from the self-esteem classes to yoga and financial literacy classes, math, GED prep,
it is
DV,
so important.
It goes on
People
and on.
don't understand, because I used to teach the dress for success.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't understand your look when you walk through that door is number one important thing. Because eyes before mouth. Mm-hmm. What you see before you hear. Image is everything.
Exactly.
And these ladies, a lot of them have no idea how to even fill out an application.
Or for some, they've never touched a computer. Mm-hmm. And in this day and age, it's hard to imagine, someone not, being afraid to even touch a computer. But, for, some of the older residents that we've had who've never even had to really do the applications, just go in with their resume. But as we know, the job market has changed, and so the way that we job search has changed. Right. So, becoming computer illiterate, having the basic, skills.
Just the basic skills to get on the internet to look for a job.
Exactly.
What do you need from our community?
We need support. whether it's through volunteering. We have a variety of volunteer opportunities. And the good thing about the Shade Tree is that we are open 7 days a week. So there's opportunities 7 days a week, everything from serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, we served 5,754 women and children in one fiscal year, which is the most we've ever served. And
what does that say about our community? What does that say about people being, neglected by their loved ones? I mean,
well, you can say it in two ways. You can look at it wow, the need is really there, which it is. But also, that's the amount of people who are, leaving those relationships and coming into safe shelter. So we want them to come into safe shelter. But we need help doing it. We need volunteers. We need donations. Everything from diapers to paper towels to feminine hygiene products.
And one thing, you don't have to spend a lot of money. And then when you go like to the hotels, if you got a conference or something, because I did a drive one year specifically for Shade Tree, all the little samples of shampoos and lotions and all of those that we pick up and we don't think about, we just throw it in and we don't take it.
Right.
So everywhere I go, I take it. And I put them in a plastic bag and come and donate it.
Yep, make those as hygiene packs.
Exactly.
And of course, monetary donations.
Yes.
We make it very easy. Go to our website, www.theshadetree.org.
Shadetree.org.
And you got the donate button right there. I mean, it costs $1.60 for a meal, $400 for a week for a family. So all this requires the support and the love from our community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
Well, thank you.
Good job, DeAndre. This is DeAndre Esteen, who's the Director of Development for Shade Tree. And for more information, you can go to their website. It's shadetree.org. Very simple, shadetree.org. And their phone number is 702-385-0072. That's 702-385-0072. And we thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. We appreciate it. Get some community support for the Shade Tree and keep on protecting our women and children, of course, their pets.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. This is an absolutely wonderful show. We just really do appreciate you being here. We really, really do. Thank you. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back. The Lillian McMorris Show is brought to you in part by Louisiana Gumbo and More, located on West Charleston. The best gumbo, fried catfish, salads, and don't forget the po' boys. That's Louisiana Gumbo and More on West Charleston. 10 Golden Keys to Effective Networking. This book is designed to strengthen your networking techniques. It is an ebook for instant download. Go to LillianMcMorris.com. That's 10 Golden Keys for Effective Networking. 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. Would you like to be a member? Giving your time back to the youth in our community. Our #1 project is mentoring. Join 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. There's a membership drive. Call 888-812-5455 for more information. The Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada can help you with legal matters. They have a self-help center, so please visit them. If you need representation, it is provided free at the Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada. And welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Our next guest, I can say exciting, but I think I'd rather use relaxing. We all go through life with turmoils and situations and challenges, and you just don't know how to handle it. And sometimes it's just so totally overwhelming that we go into a deep, dark place. Well, that's what happened to our next person. But her way, her light, her activities, her thought pattern is what brought her out of it. And she documented it. And I love this book. It's called The Temple of All Knowing. And please meet Lee Papa. Welcome, Lee.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. We certainly do appreciate it. I'm excited. I'm excited that you're here. I can't even say I love the book. I mean, it's more than that. It's like getting over a challenge and you feel that explosion of I did it. That's how this book makes you feel. I mean, the tunnel that you went through with your husband, his accident, your mother, her determinedness, but her illness, the move, the overwhelmness of having the child in the middle of all of this and still trying to make it a happy, safe home. Amazing.
Well, I think we all try to do that, right?
Yes.
We all have struggles in our lives, and it is what the path that we go to move beyond those struggles. And we are creating every moment of every day, and we're creating with our thoughts, and we're creating with our actions and our speech. And I was in a period of time where I was creating everything around me, and we all do that. Our reality
Inclusive of the havoc.
Absolutely. Everything that is within your reality, you've created.
You've created.
We've created. I believe that the universe talks to everyone, and it's whether we choose to listen and whether we resist what is coming or we allow it and understand the messages that are coming forth. So yes, I moved from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. The motivator for that was that my elderly mother was coming to live with us, and we were newly married and moving into a new city that we thought was going to be full of promise.
Yes.
And we were very excited about that. Yes, it was. And but very shortly things started to take a turn, whereas we moved in December, and by February my husband had a major car accident.
Yes, good Lord.
Sitting at a red light. He was rear-ended by a truck that never stopped. And that was a catalyst for a lot of spiraling.
Right.
And what happens, I believe, especially when you're involved with a lawsuit, one of the things that the attorney has you do is to journal every single day.
Oh my gosh, and you put that in the book, right? And but when you do that, it's like you're dwelling on it. It's like, honestly, and that's, I tell a lot of people. I had a young lady the other night. I was hosting something, and she read a poem she had written, and I said, "Do you write a lot?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Get a journal." So I believe in journaling and putting everything down, but when it comes to something horrific like this, it's like you're reliving it day after day and time after time.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're reinforcing and giving yourself more of that.
Yeah.
And, going back to the basics of that, we are all energy. This is quantum physics. This is not woo-woo.
Right.
We are all energy, everything we touch and feel, and this chair is energy. We are energy. We're all varying degrees of frequency. And so our thoughts and our actions and our speech hold an energy, hold a frequency.
Right. That's why it's very simple why we tell people, don't say it. You say it into existence.
Right.
People don't understand that, but it's real.
Absolutely.
Come into a more positive valley, and that's where you did. Now tell us about that, how you ended up from here, this deep, dark hole, and you started, and you tried a lot of things. It wasn't just one thing that you tried. You tried several things to get you out of your...
Well, prayer was one.
Prayer.
And looking for answers, moved into a more metaphysical arena, if you will. Learned about crystals, was trying to learn to meditate, but my mind was just too constant, too busy to meditate.
Right.
And so I stumbled. I considered myself an infant, a child in this world of spirituality or metaphysics, and I was feeling my way. I was shoving crystals underneath my husband's mattress.
And under the bed.
Under the bed.
I know. I mean, it's all, it's so neat. You go, she did what?
Well, and what finally was the catalyst is I had a mantra. I was saying, I'm going to make all of this work. The husband, the mother, the new child, everything, my business that was failing. We were losing our home. I was going to make it all work, whether it killed me or not.
Right. And that's what we do.
Right. Yeah. I was going to force it into, I was a fixer, and I was going to force it into happening, and I was going to find the answer because that's what I do. I'm a researcher, I'm a fixer. And so the universe said, of course, we're going to give you exactly what you want. And so I had a near-death experience. And that was the catalyst for change. That near-death experience was in my home, and I went to the light, which is the most spectacular place imaginable. And that shifted. That shifted everything for me.
Okay. And so where are you now?
Wow. So 5 years later, 6 years later.
Right.
I have a business. I opened an intuitive channel after the near-death experience, and I work completely on my internal guidance.
Okay.
My guidance was to open a spiritual wellness center, which I did. My business partner and I grew that center from 2 rooms and to 6,000 square feet with the love and the encouragement and the support of many volunteers.
Right.
And those that were awakening and knowing that they are a spiritual being inside this third dimensional physical existence. And we have over 4,000 classes and tens of thousands of people came through that center.
Bless you.
So we started the Holistic Referral Network.
Okay.
And that Holistic Referral Network is to bring community within the holistic community.
How can someone get in touch with you and find out more about this metaphysical, holistic healing and all of the good things, the light that you bring?
Oh, thank you. www.leepapa.com, www.joinhrn.com.
Okay.
You can find me on Facebook under Lee Papa and the Temple of All Knowing. The book is
That's
also
what we
on
want to
Facebook.
talk about. We're talking to Lee Papa, and she's an author of The Temple of All Knowing. You can get it on Amazon. Go to leepapa.com. Go to Facebook. All of that is available via the internet, and you can order your own copy. One woman's extraordinary journey from the depths of despair to the Temple of All Knowing. And we all have that temple. And thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back. The Power Walk, fun family event that benefits Dress for Success, Saturday, July 26th at the Miracle Mile Shops. The inaugural Her-She Driving the Dream charity event weekend to benefit girls in foster care, August 15th through the 17th at the Revere Golf Club. For more information, go to hershegroup.org or call 702-574-1409. Support the Richard Steele Foundation, giving Southern Nevada youth and families the strong foundation they need to thrive. A Steele Foundation. For more information, go to richardsteelefoundation.org or call 702-638-1308. And welcome back. We're so happy to be back. I'm Lillian McMorris, and we've got two wonderful guests, entertainers, and I always like to end on a high note, and that is what we're going to do. But if you want to see them in person, we're going to talk about their show, which is at the Riviera Hotel. Please welcome Mr. Early Clover. Welcome, Early.
Thank you, Lillian.
And after 11, 12 years of friendship and seeing you in our community just entertaining, I know this is your passion. This is what you love to do.
It really is.
And the beautiful one name only, when you get one name, you've made it. Tanja. Tanja.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good,
I'm so
thank
happy
you.
to see you and
Thank you.
seeing you back on stage and in your element and in your era. It is just so fulfilling. And I invite everyone to come out to the Riviera and see the shows. Let's talk about them. We've got a 7 o'clock show
Yes.
and a 9 o'clock show. So
Yes.
let's talk about the 7 o'clock show first.
Well, the 7 o'clock show is titled Forever Doo-Wop. And it's a lineup of some of the greatest songs that were ever written and recorded by some of the biggest artists of all time, Skyliners, the Silhouettes, to name a few.
Yes.
And the 9 o'clock show is also a lineup of some of the biggest stars and some of the greatest songs that were ever recorded of the Motown era.
Now, is this your baby? Was this your vision?
50%, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Kind of collaborated with some other people on it. And we came up with the idea and put the show together, and it became a reality.
It is a reality. It is. And you're going to be at the Riviera how long?
Indefinitely.
Oh, well, that means we all better go out and support you then, right?
We would love for you to do that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Tanja, let's talk about you and what brought you, I guess, so far in the entertainment field. I have watched you the past maybe 10 years, maybe. And let's talk about Tanja.
Well, I came from New York in 2000, and in 2001, I was singing background for Reby Jackson.
Right.
And Early Clover approached me and asked me, did I say approach?
You said approach.
Is that the right word?
That's the right
well,
word.
if he approached you, he approached you.
That's the right
I'm going to tell everybody he approached her.
He approached me and asked me if I would like to sing, do some music with the Marvelettes, a tribute group to
Right.
the Marvelettes. And I said, who?
Who?
And I had to go back and study the music, and I auditioned, and I made that, and then I actually got a gig with doing tribute music to the Platters. And that's
I
when
remember
I started
that.
traveling. And it was really all because of Early, which is ironic because we've come full circle,
Right.
and I'm still sitting here because of him.
Right. And in a beautiful show in the era which you really like to sing in. You really do. So tell me about the show. Let's talk about you've got a person that comes out and kind of narrates and gives a little history and asks questions, and pop, there's the music, and it's just entertaining.
Yeah, this is a doo-wop show where we have the DJ because we wanted to reflect, as you know, back in the mid to latter 50s, early to mid 60s, most people didn't have televisions.
Okay.
They listened to the radio. So 80% of the songs that we're doing in this show are songs that people listen to on the radio by their favorite DJ, which was either Art LeBeau or Dick Clark or Wolfman Jack.
Right.
Some of those people, Casey Kasem.
Right.
So we wanted to present that same element in our show as a visual.
Yes, and you've done that.
Yes. And we wanted to capture not only that essence, but the sound of that era and project that on stage as well.
Well, you've done an excellent job.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
Thank
Tell me about the girls, Tanja.
Oh, I work with two beautiful females in spirit, inside and out.
Absolutely.
Serena Henry. One, she actually sings background with Smokey Robinson.
And she
right
came
now.
up through Gladys Knight, was her
And Gladys
mentor.
Knight as well.
Yes, I've watched her grow up. So good to see.
And Gwendolyn Forsythe
Yes.
is the third lady. And we have so much fun on stage, but if you could get cameras.
Backstage.
Oh my goodness. People always come up to us and say, you guys look so happy. And it's like, if they really knew we're laughing because of what we just did. It's so funny, but we're having a great time. And we try to, basically, we just want the audience to leave remembering the way it sounded back then.
Right.
We get people crying and, this man last night came up to us with 3 bouquets of roses.
Oh, how
And they were
wonderful.
from Detroit.
How did
And
that
they
make
came
you
to
feel?
I almost started crying. I was like, you're not trying to make me mess my
I saw
makeup
it
up
on
right
Facebook,
now.
and I said, how
Oh, yeah.
sweet.
I couldn't believe it. We were so stunned, and they said, we're from Detroit. Thanks for doing us proud, and we believe in you. And we were just like, this was after Motor City,
Right.
the Motor City show.
Uh-huh.
And, that's
You mean after the doo-wop?
No, it was after
After
Motor
Motor
City.
City. Okay.
Yeah. And,
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
end of Motor City, right. That's the end of the show. My bad.
and we, after the second show.
After the second show. Okay.
And we just, that's all I like to do. I like to look out and see the reaction.
And I'm going to tell you, being in the audience, now the first show we set up front, and that's great because I get to see the front. But the second show, I chose to sit in the back because I want to see the audience reaction. And it is so, I don't know if weird would be the word, but you see these staunch people sitting there drinking, talking about blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden the music comes on and they're singing the lyrics. They're behind in the beat, but they're singing the lyrics. I'm just saying. But you understand what I'm saying is, and singing along and clapping, and it is just, it's a party. Old school.
It is.
Old school.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you. We appreciate you, Early, and
Thank
the
you.
other 50% that, bringing it.
Yeah. But I'd like to mention the fact that I sing with 3 wonderful guys as well.
Yes.
It's Jerome Jackson. He was a member of the Drifters and also the Main Ingredients. And Terrence Forsythe, who was a member of the Platters and the Glenn Leonard Temptations. And also Willie Green, who was backup singer for Lyle Lovett, among others. He has also sang with the Glenn Leonard Temptations. And as you know, myself as the lead singer of the Coasters. Yeah, for years, for 25 years. We put together an ensemble of people that had history in the entertainment field that we knew could really bring to the stage what needed to be brought.
And that you have done, and we certainly do appreciate it.
Thank you.
That is 2 shows at the Riviera Hotel. It is Forever Doo-Wop, which is at 7 o'clock, and Forever Motor City at 9 o'clock.
Yes. And
Yes. I
would like to,
what you got?
I have 2 tickets. Actually, it's 4 tickets.
4 tickets.
I'd like to give to you
Thank you.
and to give away.
I will
and
indeed.
I'd like for whomever answers the question.
Okay. What's the question?
Okay, question number 1.
You got 2 questions to
Yes.
answer?
We're giving away 2
Y'all
sets.
ready for this? You got 2
We
questions to answer.
we're giving away 2
Melody,
sets.
I bet you know.
We're giving away 2 sets of tickets.
Okay.
Okay?
Go ahead.
All right. The first one is.
What's the question?
The first question is the name of the number 1 group who had, and it's the group that was named after a bird, the number 1 group that had the number 1 song of all times in doo-wop. And it was almost, you got it. And one for Forever Motor City.
Okay. Forever Motor City. What's the question?
The question is the name of the first group to be inducted into the first rock and roll group to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
First rock and roll group to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who has a smartphone? You should be on it right now getting that answer. I'll tell you, if I had my phone up here, I'd figure
I'll give you a hint. I sang with him.
You sang with them.
You got it. You're right.
The Coasters?
Absolutely.
How about that? I'm Lillian McMorris. We're having fun right here on the Lillian McMorris Show. We thank you so much, Tanja and Early Clover, for joining us.
Absolutely.
And we're going to come out and support your show at the Riviera Hotel. Thank you so much. I'm Lillian McMorris. We thank COX. We thank all of our sponsors for making it possible for us to be here in our community, for our community. And I'll talk to you next time. The Lillian McMorris Show is produced by Tego and Associates Productions. Multi-camera shoots either in our studio or on location. That's Tego and Associates Productions. Give us a call at 702-509-7728.